looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
A very good day to all of you joining us here from Swift Current, Saskatchewan. It's the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown. I'm Dave Schmel. I'm joined by Trevor Gal, Jim Gordon on the production today. We have this game here between Kevin Cooey and John Epping, the both first game for both of these teams today. And Trevor, gonna be one heck of a matchup.
Hey, Dave. Yeah, thanks. And this is my first time on the mic, so excited to be here and excited to commentate these two sort of curling powerhouses, John Epping, Kevin Cooey. As we get underway here, Cooey with the hammer won the LSD. Both rocks ending up approximately in the 4-foot.
We thank everyone for joining us here on Curling Stadium and Curling Zone. We have action all weekend, all day and night, all the way through till Monday. So plan your colds and afflictions accordingly. So here's Tanner Horgan sneaking on past the guard, removing the Cooey stone off the button. Got that one on the way by, put it back, no problem. Cooey's gonna look to take this shot stone away and roll under cover here. Some rocks in play, but neither team overcommitted at this time. And Trevor, we're happy to welcome you to the team. Welcome aboard.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah, we'll see how this goes, and maybe I'll be invited back. Looks like not quite the roll that Cooey was looking for on that rock. I think gonna hit it right back and try to get under that center guard.
You can catch every game from every sheet here on at Swift Current on our YouTube channel. You can follow all the scores also online. That's going to hit. And rearrange the deck chairs here a little bit. Not exactly the outcome you're looking for. But not so bad either, but it will give Cooey the opportunity to hit and lie two with a lot of real estate in between them.
Yeah, that's right. And that center guard could really play a big role coming up here. We'll see if Epping can make use of that to prevent a deuce here by Cooey.
Martin holds it right there. Now, there may be an angle on the double. It's a long way to go, though.
Yeah, when it's that far.
They are going to take it on.
Wow. Going with the out turn to keep that roll as flat as possible. That does mean they'll have to throw it even harder to get that action.
So on the way from Horgan here. on the one, working their way over. Try to get all the way over. Now just, no, you're not going to get there. Leave it under cover.
Yeah, I
That's a
don't
pretty
think
good
they
outcome,
were.
too.
Sorry, I don't think they were going for the double there. Just it's too far, but that roll under cover is pretty nice. It groups up the stones here to make way for a future double. Really nice.
And just like that, all that real estate that Kiwi had to work with has now been shrunk. Going to play this short run. Here's Sluchinski, the newest addition to the team. Just a couple licks from Tardy. And they make that tap back. And they do clear the Epping stone out of the rings. Let's take another look at it. Looks like we're still not having our replays go here.
Well, if you're watching on YouTube, there is a rewind button. You can make your own replays.
So now Jake Horgan, not his best release there. That's going to miss everything. I think it might have picked up something.
Yeah, it looks
And
like maybe he
react
felt
right
something
off
under
the
the
jump.
rock. Sorry,
Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah, he may have felt something for sure. It's never even close. So where's Cooey going to want to put one to lock this in here?
He's going for the space option again, it seems. No, he changed his mind. You can either play the split, put some space between the rocks, or try to use that guard again, put a second one behind it. It looks like that's what he chose. He did choose the split. I misread some of his body language there.
He does a lot of bouncing around the house sometimes. They do lie 3.
We don't have an overhead, but I think there's really no double. There we go. Yeah. There's just too much space between that. One on the very right.
Yep, and it looks like that John Epping is going to try to curl on down and make a freeze. So here's Epping with his first rock of this contest. Got to work on this one for weight. It is not heavy. And that is going to wreck on the guard and not even touch the rings. Big time trouble now for John Epping.
He might need that rock on his last to do something here. Cooey takes away the other draw path.
So talk about just leaving it right there in the way of the draw path, right in the top 8 foot. So Kevin Cooey, the 4-time Brier champion, 2-time world champion. Getting ready for his first here of the Spiel. Good crowd on hand here at Swift Current. It's cloudy, not too cold, -4 degrees. They're using one of the sheets, have bleachers set up. Lots of support. A lot of the big teams here from all over the world. Here's Cooey with his first.
Sweepers aren't touching it.
Tardy and Martin just watching it. Now Tari's going to try to carve it over a little bit with the last few licks. Gets it down to the tee line, and that might be the way out. So run through the options here with me, Trevor. What's the best way out? You could draw one right there. What else do you like?
Yeah, you really, that guard, that center guard is just a little too far over. So if you play the freeze, you probably want to corner freeze a little bit, get a little bit behind that center guard. It is a scary house to be looking at as Epping, with Cooey sitting 4. So whatever you do here, you need to make it unable to be removed, or very difficult to remove. And so Cooey is just slipping a little bit too deep there to provide the freeze opportunity. Could be exactly what Epping needed.
So John Epping, Leaside Curling Club in Toronto. This final here in the first. Needs to make a good one to get out of trouble. Got to get right up to the face, and you don't want to tap it. Don't want to move it. Oh, you left some space there, and is that enough for Cooey to make some magic happen?
Yeah, that could spell trouble.
Well, you could certainly hit it and run it over the top and lose your shooter and take 4.
Yeah, I think that's the most straightforward way to play this. It's not a tricky pick. You might even lose that yellow and only get 3, but you're happy taking 3 in the first end.
So Aaron Sluchinski holding the broom for Kevin Cooey. He throws second, but serves as the vice skip.
And Cooey loves his out turn, so this is kind of his bread and butter shot.
So Kevin Cooey, final stone of the first. Facing one, trying to get a bunch. Not touching this at all yet. It's close. On the one, you lose one on the way out, but you're going to score 1, 2, and 3. Kevin Cooey with a big 3-0 lead after 1 here in Swift Current. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Curling Stadium.
So with the impact to my business and income, will this delay my retirement?
I know you're worried, Marshall, but based on the original plan we came up with, you're only about 6 months behind.
I thought it would be years, not months.
You should feel good. Remember, you've got a plan.
thanks.
With change comes questions. See the impact of your money decisions before you make them with RBC Wealth Plan.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice bat has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Stronger agronomics, better returns, greater peace of mind from pre-seed to post-harvest. You can count on the Victory Canola program to keep you
And we're back here in Swift Current. It's the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown in the Swift Current Curling Club. I'm Dave Schmel, joined by Trevor Gal. And all of you watching at home or wherever you are, thank you so much for joining us on Curling Zone and Curling Stadium. If you haven't had a chance yet, please like and subscribe to our page. Help us bring you more curling. Kevin Cooey got that big 3 spot, Trevor.
Yeah, it was a nice shot. Didn't take it too aggressively and ended up losing that back yellow, but still got his 3, and we'll be playing this next in straight into the house, a little deep, but foregoing the traditional center guard when the scores are close.
So here's Carrick Martin. Has to feel like his throwing workload is greatly reduced. Spent much of the season throwing 3 stones. Now they have their 4th Aaron Sluchinski with them now. And you see Epping is going to throw the stacked corners.
Yeah, I like the stacked corners. You have a free guard zone. Why don't you use it? I seem to just have a little more success with this than putting one on each side. Still early in the game. Plenty of time to get your points back.
Cooey's going to force the issue here and come under himself.
Yeah, in general, I always caution against drawing around your opponent's corner guard when you don't have hammer. But in this case, Cooey can't remove those guards, and really there's no big issue with doing this right now. Doesn't want to be deep.
Well, you share the same sentiment as my partner, Sean Joyce. He's not a big fan of that shot either because now this is there.
Absolutely. I think that slipped a little deeper than they wanted.
So here's Sluchinski trying to weld one on there. I'm sorry, Horgan. does tap back the Cooey rock significantly, but it's in there for third.
Yeah, and Cooey says these guards don't belong here. Going for the double peel.
That means that draw was good enough that if Epping has his 2 in sight right now with a couple made shots. Ooh. Cooey catches his zone on the way by. Does leave a guard up there too.
Yeah, I think that undercurled a little bit. They were hoping to get the double peel the other way, and that would have allowed the thrown rock to also peel off, but still got rid of one guard and replaced one with your own color.
Well, certainly still a net positive. So, think about sitting on the back Cooey stone. Epping likes to draw under.
Is this the same rock that had that issue in the last end?
That's interesting. Well, if it is, I'd almost guarantee it gets relegated to McMillan after this. It's just a touch hot, I think I heard.
I heard that too, and that's not surprising. In your head, if you're thinking a rock is, it's got something under it, you might subconsciously want to give it a little bit more.
Comes all the way down to theirs. They do lie second and third. Can run them all off with one now.
This is quite the long run back, but those two reds are angled for pretty easy double if you can make it.
Sochinsky. Martin on it, hard to hold it. It's going to go over the top and just peel on over. Shot stone for Cooey, Epping 2-3. I, for one, love this call.
Once again, taking a look at his rock.
So looking to draw underneath the newly found yellow guard.
Yeah, and it's off the center line enough. I think you're okay with that.
All right. Trying to carve it in now. Gonna settle on almost dead buried, only a sliver hanging out. Nice shot by Horgan. Take a look at the angle there. Anybody who's watched Kevin Cooey knows that there's not a big hit he doesn't think he can make.
It's looking like he's ignoring the juicy double. Gonna try to come around freeze to the redstone. Of course, Epping knew this was a possibility, and I think because the guard is off the center line by just enough, he's okay with this. If he does make a perfect freeze, he'll have basically the full 4 foot open if he has to draw for 2.
And this is not a perfect freeze at all. It's quite heavy. Comes to the one in the back.
Yeah, and now Epping can take that away with a similar draw.
Also, wondering if maybe you address those 2 in the back of the rings now to bring in your other stones, because if you make that shot in the back, Cooey's going to have to play something to remove a couple. How do you preserve a multiple score, Trevor?
Yeah, I mean, Cooey will always have this draw again, the freeze onto the red. So if they bring those outside reds into play now, they might go away with a nice freeze. But it really comes down to what sort of shot do you think your opponent's going to make, and how much are you willing to risk here? Got the whole team in on the discussion.
And feel free to join the discussion from home, all you armchair skips. It's just myself, Trevor, and 441 of our closest curling friends. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it very much. So we have a decision.
It looks like they are drawing to take that freeze away.
And here it comes from Horgan. This basically was going to kick the ball back into Cooey's court and say, your move, sir. Needs to curl and get there. Does come on down. It's stone number 5 at the moment. But a lot of red rocks, far more than Kevin Cooey would prefer. So he's looking at that double.
So really flat.
Yes, very flat. You're going to kill that one there. How do you see it lining up, Trevor?
Yeah, I think Cooey really needs to be careful here and make sure he's not leaving a double. Wherever this yellow ends up, he doesn't want to leave a double or a triple with those yellows in the back, because that could be up to 5 for Epping. So if you could get rid of a couple right now, I mean, that would be That would be nice, but I don't see any 2 stones that you can get out and leave your shooter in a good place. So you might just be better off putting the rock exactly where you want it.
It looks like the hit is coming. Gonna throw this from the outturned side.
You kind of want to leave your shooter right about where the broom is. It's gonna roll over a touch, but it's gonna make that triple really hard, and it's likely going to be just a deuce for Epping if he makes this well.
So here's Cooey with this first. Martin picks it up right away. Got to hustle to get past that guard. It's going to be really tight. They do squeeze by, make the hit, get them both going, roll all the way over and freeze. That's about as good as it possibly could have been, I think.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. Wow. Yeah, they are welded together. So Epping sitting just one. Going to put in the second spot. It's got to be touching the 4-foot to be second shot. But those outside reds are, they are not going to come into play.
So here's Epping with his first and the second. Comes on down right in front of the tee line, and they lie 1-2.
Probably a touch deeper than they wanted, but they might be able to get away with that.
So obviously the big thing here is had to make sure that Epping doesn't get 3 back here.
Yeah, this early in the game, if you're Epping, you gave up 3 in the first end, but you're still just your goal for the end is to get your deuce and force in the next end, get another deuce, and then hey, you're tied.
So looks like the call is just to remove shot stone here. No plausible way to remove both of those reds.
I don't think there is, because the yellows just jam all day.
Kevin Cooey with his last of the second. Martin keeping it clean. Now past the guard, no problem. Plenty of line. Gonna chip that stone out and remove it. And it is still Epping line 1, Cooey line everything else right now. So it'll be a draw for 2 for John Epping. Just needs a piece of the 4-foot. He has backing. Final stone of the second. Horgan and McMillan walk it in and walk it home, and that'll be a deuce for John Epping. He gets 2. It's 3-2 after 2. Cooey has the hammer when we come back here on Curling Stadium.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's going to make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
Join us this March for the House of Hearts Charity Bonspiel in Duluth, Minnesota. Help raise funds for Project Joy, who provides meals for hungry kids in our community. Every donation helps to ensure no child goes hungry. Join us and make a difference. Together, we can spread joy.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Welcome back to Swift Current. John Epping scored his deuce there in 2. Trails by 1. Cooey with the hammer in the 3rd. And lots of stones. And Epping really had a lot cooking there, Trevor Gal. But Cooey made some veteran plays to cut down that damage.
Yeah, and there was a couple of misses on the Epping side. But it just goes to show, I mean, it could have been a lot worse for Cooey. He's probably pretty happy to get away with just giving up a deuce there. So this Cooey yellow slipping a little bit deep. When you come around the center guard with hammer, you usually want to leave it about in the top 8 to leave the house as big as possible, not cut down the scoring area so much.
Stone from Ian McMillan. It's on down. Sets up a little bit of an angle here. And ever since the no-tick zones went into effect, this has been our pretty standard drill. Stack them up and analyze the angles, and somebody decides if they want to go for it. Stone comes in from Martin. Flips the angles back a little bit in Kiwi's favor. Now coming from the outturn, or the counterclockwise rotation.
I would say it seems like they're banking some time, playing pretty quickly, at least in the start of the end, but I don't think these games are timed. Dave, is that right?
They are not timed at all, so we don't have to worry about any 10-second heroics here.
Really nice freeze.
Couple nice shots made by the respective front ends in a row there. And now it's going to be Kiwi deciding to blink first and open things up. Straight peel is made.
We might see a similar thing play out for a couple more rocks here.
Absolutely. Go back and forth, and I would not put a blank end out of question yet. Playing 8 end games all throughout this spiel. As are most of the cash spiels. Coming back with another peel. No problem there.
Epping calling for one more guard.
Both these skips are veterans of the circuit. Played each other many a time, albeit with different compositions of teams pretty much each time, I would say. This one quite a bit higher. Still in a very nice spot.
Yeah, even though it's pretty high, it's a really well-placed guard. I don't think you can do anything else but peel it.
They go ahead and make that peel. Will we see one more? My sources say yes. So Jay Corrigan putting up another center. That one comes a little bit deeper. Might give an opportunity for Cooey to move some granite here.
Yeah, it's close enough now. He's looking at the run double.
Sluchinski's already ready to throw it before the broom went down. Well, that rearranged the deck chairs quite a bit.
Yeah, they're looking at this double to remove both yellows. And we'll leave 2 reds. These are the only 2 rocks in the house. If they do that, there's probably a pretty good blank chance because those reds will be doubleable. How many times are we going to see a broom tap the red and then the yellow?
They're tapping it so much to form a perfect triangle, Trevor. So John Epping from the Leaside Curling Club in Toronto. With his first here in end number 3. Working hard to hold this straight. Carve it just a touch. Do not make the double. We do lie 1 and 3.
Yeah, that's not what they were hoping for. So Cooey has an opportunity to lie 2 here and spread them out a little bit.
Taking a look at making the double and rolling up to put some distance. That would be a bold choice indeed. You'd have to think the straight hit and roll would be easier to make, but it's whatever you're more comfortable with. It is going to be the double. This does leave the blank in play.
Yeah, I would say that's probably the benefit of this shot. You go with just hitting the shot rock. There is a chance you get forced if something doesn't go quite your way.
So the skipper has his mind made up, and Cooey delivers his first of the third. Martin trying to carve it. That's just off the outside and off the sheet.
Surprising miss there by Cooey.
Now, it's not an auto force here for Epping. Has to make sure he rolls to a place where he doesn't leave a double back. McMillan on this one hard. Held it there and right there. So can Cooey get a blank out of this?
Yes, the blank is possible. It's not an easy shot.
So you see how he's looking to do it. He's going to try to come off and shoot out the back. Not going to be a lot of momentum left to remove the one on the outside. Kevin Cooey, final stone of the third end. Looking for the blank. Lots of weight. Nary a broom on it. 1-2, and no, you couldn't move it far enough. And it will be a steal of one for John Epping. We're all tied up at 3 after 3 here in Swift Current. We'll be right back.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Saskatchewan, you know Sasktel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With Sasktel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. Sasktel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
And we're back here in Swift Current. It's the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown from the Swift Current Curling Club, brought to you by Aztec Safety, S3 Solutions, Sasktel, Hardline, Asham, and Bumper to Bumper. Dave Schmel joined by Trevor Gal, who will give us an update on our other games.
Yeah, so one of those games is Brad Gushu and Brent Pierce. Looks like Brent Pierce is up 2-0 after 2 ends. Gushu with hammer in the third. We've got Matt Dunstone versus Drew Height, and Dunstone is up 2-0. Height with hammer in the fourth. And then Reed Carruthers versus Owen Purcell. After 2 ends, the score is 1-0 Purcell with Carruthers with hammer. And lastly, we have Corey Dropkin versus Sam Moybrick. And Dropkin is up 2-0 after 3 ends, Moybrick with hammer.
And back here, we are all tied up. It was that steal 1 for John Epping in the fourth, and Cooey retains the hammer now in the fourth. It was a really tough blank that Cooey took on there in the third.
Yeah, it was not an easy shot, and just hit it a little bit too thin, the first rock. I think if he had another half inch or so on that, may have gotten the blank. But if he had an extra whole inch, that shooter may have not rolled out, and it would have been a force. So tough shot either way you look at it. Unfortunately, he missed it just the wrong way to give up a steal rather than take the one as a force. So that ties up our game 3-3 after that big Cooey 3 spot in the first end.
So both teams jumping in the pool here in the fourth. Center guard up for Epping. It does appear to be touching the center line, although it doesn't matter now that we have 5 rocks. Interesting, I think I just noticed on this sheet that the center line doesn't appear to make it through that logo. That can be fun.
Yeah, at that point, you're really going to have to make a sportsmanlike decision on whether or not it's touching, and maybe you'll have to call an umpire out to do that for you.
Yep, most officials have been trained for these scenarios now and have much longer T-scores available. So shot stone belonging to John Epping. And he's going to clean up some of these Cooey stones.
Yeah, pretty natural double on the 2 yellows here. Gonna lose his shooter.
Instead, we do wreck on the guard.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of a wobble on that slide and just never was able to recover from that before releasing.
So now Cooey trying to figure out where he wants to go.
If you can get rid of that red in the center, you're looking pretty good sitting 4 with hammer.
worthwhile to jostle your own a little bit to expose the shot rock. At the same time, you don't want to lose control of the center, so not the easiest decision here.
Long discussion from Tardy and Cooley.
And that suggests to me that Cooley's not sold on anything yet. He's going to throw this. He's just not happy about it. So it looks like maybe like back 8, back 12 weight. Just kind of tap the yellow onto the shot rack and roll the shooter out to the open.
Yeah, that's right. They're not quite ready to get rid of that red. It could be useful.
So on the way from Tardy. Line looks good, great for what they call. They get that tap right up to the face and roll even. It's still Epping sitting shot, but on the back of the button. Big scrub out of Carrick on that one. And now John Epping wants to have a little powwow. And while they're discussing, why you hit that subscribe button, hit like, do these social media things that help the algorithm.
Epping going for an in-off double here, and maybe can take that the yellow shot rock and squirt it out the side of the house, leaving the red.
Certainly can get it moving. It's just question is whether you kill your own in the back here. Little wobble on the delivery, already trying to carve this one over. Just dead nose. Does improve the angle for later, if you want to go there. It's also a pretty good angle for Kevin Cooey.
I don't know if it does improve the angle, because that in-off now, that same in-off will bring the red backing more into play, and that yellow will be more difficult to take out.
So Cooey's going to address the shot stone now, playing right down the middle. Line everything up. Still not probably looking to kill the red completely yet.
Not with this weight.
So Sluchinski. This one's curling an awful lot. Got to hold that line. They get there and they line them up beautifully. Did move a little bit. Very close for a shot right now. Still do believe it's John Epping, but in a world of trouble. So damage control mode activated for John Epping.
They might be killing their own red with this shot.
Morgan, right down Broadway. Kill their own red, but lose 2 QE stones in the process. QE lies 2.
Kui asking, how can I get 3 out of this end?
So, Trevor, do you have an answer?
I don't see anything that's obvious here. I do like the shot that Tardy is pointing at, just kind of nose on the outside red. That'll leave you, I think that'll leave you sitting 3. All spread out into a triangle, difficult to get a double. There will be a double no matter what they do.
Sluchinski. Martin trying to hang on to it. It's going to remove the outside one. Still just QE line the 2. See where Jake Horgan just had the broom right in front of the yellow stone there in the back 4. If you never draw to there, you'd be pretty happy, but still be in danger.
These 2 yellows on the right, as we're looking at the sheet now, are probably the easiest to double out, but you're likely going to lose your shooter or leave it far out, so that's probably going to bring a deuce into play. Is there anything else you can do to maybe even force?
I was thinking that maybe if you draw through on the in-turn side down to the one in the back 4 and make a good freeze there. It doesn't look pretty, but it's probably better in real life than it looks from the hack. We've seen good finish off the center line all week so far.
Got a full team discussion. So it looks like they're calling this red onto the yellow double. That looks very difficult to me, just because of how flat the 2 yellows are once you get that angle on the red.
And your shooter probably catches the other yellow. It's really perfect. Don't they all get going?
I think there's a good chance of that, yeah.
So here's Epping with his first. They like it. It's close. 1-2. You got 2 of them moving. And only 2 go. That leaves QE sitting 2, spread way out. That was the danger with that. If it was, it could have been brilliant. But now 3 is staring you in the face.
Yeah, and I think they really liked the line, so maybe it just didn't react the way they thought it would. Because the sweepers were kind of on and off. It seemed like a close sweep call. So 3 is now definitely in the realm of possibility for Cooey once again.
Okay, so we're going to throw a draw down, put a lot of real estate in between stones.
I think you want this as far to the wings as possible, just even with the shot rock.
This one is coming a little bit behind the tee line. Don't think you wanted it there, so a little bit of a get out of jail free here for John Epping.
Yeah, they definitely needed more curl there to spread those 2 yellows out, but this is a pretty routine double.
John Epping with his final stone in the 4th. Looking to remove 2 yellows here with 1. 1-2, away it goes. Eli's shot. Be a hit and stick for Kevin Cooey for 2. As you said, Trev, pretty routine there.
One routine shot followed up by another one.
Oh. You haven't done the broadcaster's curse yet, have you?
I have the power, Dave.
All day. Kevin Cooey, final stone of the 4th. Needs to hit and stick to score a deuce. Nice easy weight. Carve it over just a touch. Make the hit, remove the red, no problem. Hang 2 for Cooey. It's 5-3 after 4 in Swift Current. We'll be right back on Curling Stadium.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez.
Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmel Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's gonna make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
Welcome back to Swift Current. It's the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown from the Swift Current Curling Club. Kevin Cooey picked up a deuce there in 4 to take a 2-stone lead as we enter the second half of this game. Dave Schmel and Trevor Gal here with you. Thank you so much for joining us today on Curling Stadium. We have action all weekend. No reason to go anywhere else for your entertainment needs. We got you covered. So center guard goes up for Kevin Cooey after one on the top 4. Corner guard place, and Epping's going to come right on into the yard.
Yeah, of course, you're always happy with the deuce, especially with a close game like this one. But I think Cooey really would have liked his first back. Get a little bit better of a chance for scoring 3. But his rock undercurled a little bit, giving Epping the opportunity to throw a double and keep Cooey to 2. So that's what happened.
So Tardy delivers this one right in line like a soldier. Epping calling for backline weight here. On the work around the guard. Release the Cooey stone in the back and roll underneath his own corner. Trying to get a trifecta here. Great shot if it's made. Past the guard. Making contact. You release it. Do you get all the roll that you wanted? Oh, yes, you do. Picture perfect shot by Tanner Horgan.
Very nice. Yeah, just barely squeaked by that guard to make that shot with the right amount of weight, the right roll. That was well executed by everybody on the team.
Had he gotten maybe 8 inches more roll. This shot wouldn't be here for Cooey, but Cooey's going to try to dig it out with hack and roll back towards the center. But ultimately, mission accomplished because you have Cooey chasing a rock under the corner now. And you're taking relative control of the end at this point. Or at least taking the initiative back. So Tardy with the southpaw delivery. Wicks off the guard. Rolls to the top of the 8-foot. Shot stone for Cooey. Second rock belonging to John Epping. And where do you go from here? That's one thing to do. Play that straight double. Anything else you like, Trevor?
Yeah, if you could ever, I don't think you can double the 2 yellows on top out. I think that red would act as a catcher, but go ahead and get rid of one of them and double it out with a shot rock while you're at it.
So Jay Corrigan not throwing a tremendous amount of weight. Don't necessarily need it for this shot. It's more about hitting the right spot.
Yeah, with the right weight, it should roll over, perhaps behind that corner guard once again.
They start carving this right out of his hand. And it dead jams. Cooey's still lying the 1. That chase is a lot easier now. He thinks he can roll across and line 2. Now, if I read that right, Trevor, it looks like he wants to roll all the way across the shot stone and get down to the other one.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what gestures he was making there. But we'll see what happens.
So here's Sluchinski. Martin trying to work it over. It's going to get a lot of gear action here. Makes contact. Will get over the top. No, you catch your own on the way by. Shot stone now belonging to John Epping. Cooey lies 2, 3, 4. Just need to catch a skosh more of that.
While this center guard is perfectly in front of the shot rock or the shot yellow rock, it's so high that they can kind of pretend it's not there and dig after it anyway.
On the way from Horgan. Past the guard, no problem. Right on down. He moves it and leaves it there to be a catcher later. Epping sits 1-2.
Still a little bit scary for red, with yellow sitting 3, 4, and 5. I don't think there's a double here on the 2 shot rocks, just because of that guard.
I thought you said we don't have to worry about that guard.
Well, that's when you're throwing hack weight.
Ah, okay.
But it's hard to get a double with hack weight.
So Chinsky's going to make his way down to give his nickels worth of conversation. So you see him thinking about playing off his own and running that in. You're only removing 1 red that way, but remove. You can slash these 2 top guys off. Probably the most makeable shot.
Yeah, I think you lose your shooter doing that.
Kiwi desperately trying to line up the triple. Somehow I think he thinks it's there.
I was trying to look for a triple, and I think the yellow catchers are just in the right spot to prevent that from happening.
I do too, but we're going to find out in a second. Martin sweeping with reckless abandon. You get 2 of them to go up and over the top and out. It's 1 lonely red there.
Yeah, 1 lonely red, and it's right behind a yellow stone that should be fairly simple to run if you had to. So they have to consider that.
It came close to touching that shot stone, but had it done that, it would have jammed right back on the yellow all day. So Epping, even though with hammer and a clear draw pad to the 4-foot, in a precarious position here. There's a good look at the overhead. They're both realizing how easy it is to get to their stone. So they're going to draw around from the other side. Possibly even come to the one in the back of the 8-foot.
Yeah, that's the call I think he was making. And it's hard to tell. I think this will be second shot if he freezes.
So Jake Horgan. This one has to go for weight. It's never going to get all the way back there, so just come on in, and it lies third shot. But usable for later.
Yeah, now those reds are definitely doubleable. Well, I say definitely. It's a little touchy.
I'll go with definitely. If we do our sines and cosines and tangents, I'm sure we can figure it out. It has something to do with the triangle. I forget my math class.
I think they're looking at it.
Certainly does look like the double is available when we saw it on the overhead. So, Kevin Cooey, the master of the angles. Fires his first of the fifth. On the one, and dead stuffs it.
Yeah, I was worried about that with that weight. Needed to be a little closer to the guard. Even if he was closer to the guard, I'm not sure it was there at that weight.
So basically left us right back where we started.
And this rock is just going a little past the tee line. Put it somewhere where it can't be doubled out. Should be pretty straightforward to clean this end up. Thank everybody for joining us thus far. Just about 800 of you catching this game. Hope you join us all weekend. Epping with this first. Needs to settle down. It does settle down and lies. Second shot, Epping lies 1-2. Question is, does that angle go and catch them both? I do think that run jams now. Absolutely. The yellow-red run, there's no way to double the reds.
That's a really almost perfectly placed rock. I don't know if he could have dropped it in a better spot. And you see them referencing that they're probably just going to have to draw in themselves now. Have to be careful how you do this, because Epping potentially could throw that run himself in such a way to make a multiple score. So it's going to be very interesting indeed. Kark Martin coming down to add his opinion.
Kark Martin doesn't say a lot, but when he does say something, you know it's he really feels strongly about it. And when he used to play with Brendan Botcher, it seemed like every time Kark came down, he made Botcher change his mind about whatever it was he didn't like. I do appreciate that from a lead, knowing when to stay quiet and when to speak up.
Oh, it's not like Kark grew up in a curling family at all. Look at that crowd that has joined us here in Swift Current. Standing room only in the ice shed.
Looks like they're all bundled up pretty well.
It's only -4. It's a heat wave. So, Cooey has to make this draw right. Go ahead, Trev.
Yeah, with this much ice, I think he's trying to come down to the second shot red rock. Okay, he took a little off of it, so maybe he's trying to overbury now. They were talking about that. If you're happy giving up 2, I think you just come down to the second shot red. But make a good one here and it could be a force.
Cooey with his last of the 5th. Martin and Tardy. Just letting this one go now. Tardy's going to try to carve it over. Bring it over, walk it over. All the way to the one in the back, and there you go. You got that. Fly second shot, and they'll take a look at it, but I think this is a draw for 2 all day.
Draw for 2. You've got backing. Go ahead and throw it.
John Epping, final stone of the 5th end. He's got one in his pocket. Come on down to the backing. Touch the 4 for 2. Line looks pretty good. You got the backing now. You got it, no problem. Hang the 2 for John Epping. We're all tied up at 5 after 5. And we'll be back for Swift Current. Right to this, you're watching Curling Stadium.
So with the impact to my business and income, will this delay my retirement?
I know you're worried, Marshall, but based on the original plan we came up with, you're only about 6 months behind.
I thought it would be years, not months.
You should feel good. Remember, you've got a plan.
Thanks.
With change comes questions. See the impact of your money decisions before you make them with RBC Wealth Plan.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice bat has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Back here at Swift Current. After a hard-fought deuce there, it's all tied up between John Epping and Kevin Cooey here at the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown. Now with an update on our other games right now, Trevor, take us around the rings.
Yeah, starting out with the Brad Gushue Brent Pierce game. We have Brent Pierce still in the lead, up 4-1. In the sixth end, Gushue has hammer. Matt Dunstone versus Drew Height. Dunstone is up 4-2 in the sixth end without hammer. Height with hammer. Reed Carruthers against Owen Purcell. Reed Carruthers is up 5-3, also in the sixth end. Purcell with hammer. And lastly, Corey Dropkin against Sam Moybrook. There in the seventh end, it's all tied up. Dropkin with hammer. Tied up at 2, I should say.
And we've had no shortage of offense here. Both teams playing lots of stones in the rings. Been entertaining to watch. And Cooey now has the hammer here in the all-important sixth end, and I'd expect both teams to be playing pretty full bore here.
Yeah, Cooey with a slight advantage here, having hammer in the sixth, and you know that's the even end, so he'll likely have it again in the eighth. So that's 2-1 hammers. But Epping is certainly not out of it at this point.
He's going to elect to run his own back in here. He can certainly do that. You can always run your own guard. Just needs to come up just a little bit. On the one, back into the pile, and away they go. Epping lies 1 and 2. Great shot.
Yeah, that was really nice. Cooey's going to have to rely on this center guard now to get 2.
Because if he would be forced here, or even try to take a blank, it would mean he would probably have to play hard for a blank again in 7, which you can still do. We're going to have an interesting rule change wrinkle at the next Grand Slam, saying if you blank 2 consecutive ends, you'll lose hammer. So essentially, we'll probably see the evolution of a defensive blank to force the hammer to flip again.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how that plays out. In fact, I was reading on the curling subreddit. Somebody was arguing that this rule might actually cause more blanks, and it was an interesting argument. So I'm interested to see how it actually plays out and how the teams change their strategies based on, is it that first end or is it that second end?
And I'm really happy that they're doing it at the slams, because it's one thing to change a rule, but you really need to see what the best teams can do with it, and what better situation than at one of the slams when you have the best teams already gathered. And I guarantee you they're already game playing this out and trying to figure out the best way to attack it. It's going to make for some interesting viewing for sure. We got interesting viewing here. Tui trying to battle his way through this end. Seeing if he can't generate two. Or at the very worst, a blank. Wants to avoid a force at all costs. Cui was checking to see if he's going to make his dinner reservation. Epping looking to draw on in here in light two. Preferably right under cover. Is going to creep out the other side. I think it's good enough to get away with, though.
A little bit of overcurl. I don't think there's a double.
Well, the only way to get rid of both of them is to run the center back. Could be able to move them enough with a down weight shot to lie to yourself. Don't think you can completely kill them, but here's the shot from Sluchinski. Martin trying to work it over. They're going to get the hit, roll behind their own.
Just didn't get the curl they were hoping for.
John Epping pretty much still all in for force here. Ignoring the two yellows on the outside. Instead, focusing on bringing play back towards the center of the rings.
Yeah, and this shot has a pretty decent margin of error to just get it behind that guard and prevent a double.
Easy there, buddy. That's gave him the old brotherly shove there to keep him out of the way, burning a rock. That's a nice draw to the top four. Question is, do you see enough of that? If you hit what you see, do you kill both the reds?
I don't think you do. I think it's close. You might be able to get it over the top of the back red and get it that way, but you got to paper that guard.
So alternatively, they can Just play to move it back a little bit with back line weight. And Aaron's going to come on down and talk about it. Make sure you stay with us for our next drill after this. Scheduled for 6:45. I'll be joined by Jim Nix for Fujisawa versus Caitlin Laws. And we'll also have Anderson versus Orsted. Hans Frohenlob and Rory McCusker will have the call there. So after deliberation, it's on the way.
It's going to be important to keep the shooter around here.
Down weight. Now we're going to try to walk it over a little bit, get a little bit more curl out of it. Pick it out, move it back. And you lie 2, 3, and 4 after all that. And Epping's heard this song. He likes this song. He wants to hear it again. Epping realizing this is a pivotal end. Continuing to apply the pressure with his first. Got to keep this one moving. The line looks really good. Another nice shot.
That's in a perfect spot. There's no double available. There's really not much here.
Well, what is available is lots of broom waving.
No shortage of broom waving.
No shortage of broom waving. We have that. That's plentiful. We're going to run this center off. Try to get 2 of them to go.
Yeah, I think that yellow on the left in the 8-foot comes into play if you do get the run double.
As you're looking the overhead, yep. So the veteran Skip winds and fires his first here in the 6th. On the right off his hand. Run it back, and you get 2 of them on the way out and slip it out. Roll off to the side. Great shot by Kevin Cooey.
Yeah, that's a great setup shot. You're going to need to get a double at some point, and that at least gives you an opportunity here if Epping doesn't make this freeze really well. Of course, he's also got to be second shot after throwing this.
So John Epping looking to freeze down to the Kiwi stone. Has to make sure it's on there and weld it, or else Kiwi's gonna take a shot at a big end. Final stone for Epping on the way. This one slips a little bit deep, but I think you're out of trouble. Do lie too.
You lie too, but there's a couple of ways to make this.
Yep. Can slash it off. Can play the redirect, which I think is what he's going to do.
Yeah, this is for a big four.
For a huge end. Kevin Cooey looking to skinny off this shot stone in the 4-foot. Carry him into the Epping rock and score 4. Final stone of the 6th. Cooey. He's looking for the bingo here. On the one, over. Does it clear it off? No, it jams on the side. And it will just be a single for Kevin Cooey. A great run at it, but he has to settle for 1. It's 6-5 after 6. Hold on tight. We got a lot more to come here from Swift Current right after this.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's gonna make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again? Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Welcome back to Swift Current. Epping has the hammer, trailing by 1, but man, Trevor, Cooey had a shot at a big crooked number there.
Yeah, it was very close. Another, off by a 1/4 inch. It just hit it a little too thin and got that jam, got the shooter to roll out, and yeah, 4 went down to 1 real quick.
So If you're John Epping here, are you trying to work hard to blank? I know it's a lot tougher to blank now with the 5 rock rule, but the center guard from Cooey is not on the center line, so it can be moved around some.
Yeah, it's a real dangerous spot to be in. Cooey down by 1 with hammer in the 8th end. You're not looking good at that point. So yeah, blank would be nice, but I think Cooey's gonna do what he can to prevent that.
That one does slip into the rings. Corner frozen, and Epping's going to come around the pile. Good safe shot here. Notice he's not electing to throw any corners here. Keeping the play towards the center where he hopes to be able to clean it up later with a few big shots.
This one a little heavy.
This one a lot heavy. And it goes over to the garage.
The wrong garage, actually. Red rocks go on the left, not the right.
They do have the house dividers here between the sheets in Swift Current, so no danger of intermingling of the stones. There will always be plenty of room for the imagination. This one needs to carve over to even touch it. And he didn't want to touch it that way. Big miss there. Cooey's just going to pile another one in. Realizing that, yeah, he's going for the force. He might just be forced to steal. Both men trying to drag it home. Gets a piece under cover, and they lie too.
All right, now cleanup is coming.
Yeah, time to clean up for sure.
You can get 3 to go.
Horgan trying to do just that. McMillan holding the line, and they're only going to get 1, and they left a center guard in the process. Suboptimal.
Two yellows went away with that rock. One was the guard, and then one was top 12.
That's true.
Downweight hit here.
Martin already trying to carve it over. Now it does come. Get all the way across and clear.
Just got that to curl enough. That was about to be a disaster, but it worked out okay.
Shot stone for Kevin Cooey and really close for second now. Epping once again on the cleanup patrol. It's okay. He has a Horgan for that. Really close. 1, 2. Stuff it on the back, but you clear out a lot, and you lie second and third now. That's quite a good outcome.
Cooey running the numbers here. And boy, it would be nice for these two Reds to be gone. Make the end a lot less stressful. He's also got that center guard, which could be very useful. So he's trying to decide, is he going to go for the double, or is he going to just hit and roll under? Looks like he's hitting and rolling under.
Yeah, it's going to be the hit and roll under. Sluchinski. Looking pretty close now. You got the hit and roll it. Didn't get it all the way under, but they do live 1-2. So Epping's going to take on this double here. Doesn't need to be a crazy lot of weight, because you want to hold your shooter and still lie 2 after this. On the way from Horgan. Clips it and jams it. Still Cooey lying shot rock. Thinking about taking on the same shot that he had last there. Do need to make sure you make the roll right to lie 2 after this. Very important to do that.
You got to lie 2, and you got to hope the double is either not there or very, very hard.
I want to thank everybody for joining us here thus far, and especially those of you who may have just joined us from other games. Dave Schmel and Trevor Gall here with you. Happy to give you all this coverage here on Curling Stadium this weekend. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe to Curling Zone on YouTube. Doesn't cost you anything. It really does help us to provide you more coverage all season long. We make it really easy to find all your curling right on Curling Zone. And we put the links right up to whatever streaming's available. be it from us or other providers. Here's Cooey with his first here in the 7th. Got to go past the guard. You got it there. Now, oh, that's an absolute disaster.
Yeah, that could not have gone worse. Just over curled at that weight. I saw he took less ice than Tyler's similar shot, but wow.
So now, here's a gift horse right there for John Epping. He lies first and third, but now 3 a real possibility.
Epping lies first and second, I believe.
Details, details, details. 3 remains a big possibility. It is all about accuracy. So, John Epping, where's the best spot here, Trevor?
Well, my gut feeling is just top 8, behind the guard. Closer to the top of top 8, but seems like they were looking at some other options. That might give Cooey the chance to draw behind it or something to bail out.
It looks like they're just going to take out the one in the back here. Denying Cooey something to freeze on back there. John Epping trying to triangulate this to the perfect spot. It hits, it sticks, and he does lie 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, and that was also a nice little roll to the left or to the right if you're looking at the overhead view, because it gets that guard totally out of the way.
So it looks like to limit the damage here, Cooey's going to go for a double takeout. Try to go all the way across the house here and kill 2 reds.
I'm going to try to get a time on this.
Kevin Cooey with his final stone in the 7th end. Bringing the heat. Needs to catch this and come all the way across on the 1. Work it over. Work it over. Do you push it out? No, you don't. And it is still Epping. Line 2nd and 3rd. It's going to be a nose hit for a big score 3.
I had 6 seconds on that
Good
double.
effort. Yeah, good effort by Cooey. It just did not have the spring and could not clear it all the way out. So John Epping, final stone in the 7th. Just a hit and stick. On the way, McMillan, right out of his hand. Now we're off and on, looking pretty good. Right down to it, no problem. And that's 1, 2, and 3 for John Epping. And he takes a 8-6 lead as we head to end number 8 in Swift Current. We'll be right back. You're watching Curling Stadium.
stronger agronomics, better returns, greater peace of mind from pre-seed to post-harvest. You can count on the Victory Canola program to keep you.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Sasktel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? Sasktel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
Welcome back to Swift Current. It's the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown. We have Kevin Cooey versus John Epping. And it's been one heck of a game. Both teams each putting up 3 spots here. And we're happy to be bringing this with you for the 8th end of action here. Kevin Cooey does have the hammer. And Trevor, we've had a treat thus far.
Yeah, it's been a fun game to watch, and I think that was like the 3rd time Kevin Cooey was on the wrong side of a couple of millimeters to really change the outcome of an end. Of course, in that last end, just hit a little too thick and didn't quite get the double, leaving the nose hit for 3 by Epping. But yeah, here we go. Cooey down by 2 with hammer in the 8th end. I've seen this end a number of times, and I've seen it go Cooey's way. So nothing's over until it's over, and we might even get some bonus curling out of it.
He's Trevor Gale. I'm Dave Schmel, and you're joining us here on Curling Stadium, and we're glad to have you. The double corner guards are up for Kevin Cooey. Epping has laid 3 in the center. Pretty classical layout. Now let's see how Cooey plans to take it from here. Going to start by having Tyler Tardy make a play on this red here. Try to roll underneath cover. He'll move Shot Rock off the pin, replace it with a different Epping stone, but he's going to need some amount of clutter here, at least early. Nice chase there and roll back towards the center. John Epping continued to be a thorn in Kevin Cooey's side.
Going for the same call here, a hit and roll. Hopefully get a couple of the Reds out. Try to use those corner guards.
They get a much better roll this time. Remove just the one top red, but roll to a beautiful spot. You can see about half of it, but do you really want to be chasing that?
Yeah, you can see half, but it's the wrong half if you want to keep your shooter around, which looks like they don't mind just getting rid of it.
Trying to carve this right out of his hand. Means they're on the outside of it. And they are on the outside, but they do clear it out. So math's starting to become a problem for Kevin Cooey. Has to hide one and get to stay there.
Yeah, not even electing to go for the hit and roll, but just wants to have a higher chance of putting this exactly where he wants it, behind that corner guard. Saying, I'll deal with the rocks in the middle a bit later.
They draw that one nicely under cover. So now Epping realizing that the guard is a bit of a danger rack here. But if you go peel it, then there's a good chance that Cooey can clean up and secure a deuce here. And we would be looking at an extra end.
Yeah, it's not a difficult double on the Reds.
So will be the double takeout.
I think he called the draw behind the other corner guard. This is your best bet if you want to get 3 and not deal with going to an extra in without hammer.
So, in a perfect world, Trevor, where are you putting this?
In a perfect world, freezing to the shot yellow stone would probably be a perfect shot, but that's also a hard shot. So yeah, it looks like they're just going after the open one, rolling into the center, putting more rocks into the middle, and making it more difficult for Kui to deal with him on his last shot.
So Epping with his first. Makes a hit. Doesn't get a big roll. So Kui lies third shot now. Does he take on those 2 reds now, or does he still stay in cutesy mode?
It's a good question. The hit and roll behind the corner is probably your best bet here. But, obviously that's pretty difficult to execute. I don't think the double goes if you make the hit and roll. Definitely not.
So Kevin Kui with his first of 2 here in the 8th. Working over, you get the hit. Just going to roll right in front of it. Epping still shot stone.
Yeah, he really needed that roll. That leaves us double here, the slash double.
For the win.
For the win.
So pretty simple here. Kill this one, you're never losing. Kill them both, you win it right here. John Epping, his final of the 8th. McMillan trying to bring it over. Right off of it, on the one, do not clear it. And it's going to be a hit and stick for Kui to tie it up. I need to go just a little bit further, buddy. So Kevin Kui Final stone of the 8th end. Needs a hit and stick to force the extra. On a no problem. As can be bonus curling from Swift Current. When we come back, Epping will have the hammer in the 9th. You're watching Curling Stadium.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Welcome back to Swift Current. It's extra end action right now. All knotted up between John Epping and Kevin Cooey here. Was a noble effort by Epping to try to finish it all in the 8th. It just could not get over the top far enough, Trevor.
Yeah, I think once again we came down to millimeters there, and well, leads to bonus curling. That means we get bonus paycheck, right?
Sure, you're right, boss. But to all of those of you who are watching right now, you're going to get quadruple value on what you paid because you didn't have to pay anything. All we ask you to do is like and subscribe. It's not that tough.
So of course, in the extra, Cooey's going to go for an all-out steal here, and so that's going to start with, a couple of center guards. So that first one left pretty high. They'll come around it in the second, and Epping doesn't need to play to the wings. It's all a race to the middle.
And you can hear that some of the other games have finished around us. We'll grab you a score update in just a second, as soon as we can refresh our screen.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm going to start with I guess I'll go in the same order. Yeah. So Brad Gushu against Brent Pierce. They're in the 8th end, tied up at 4-4. Pierce with the hammer. In the next shoot, we've got Matt Dunstone against Drew Height. That game finished after 7, 5-3, going to Dunstone. And then Reed Carruthers versus Owen Purcell. It looks like Reed Carruthers won that game 8-4. And then lastly, we have Corey Dropkin against Sam Moybrook. Dropkin wins 7-2 after 8.
And back here, we're still all knotted up 8-8 after 8. Epping with the hammer in the 9th. I'm Dave Schmel, Trevor Gall joining James Gordon in our production, and Jerry Gertz in our London, Ontario studios. So double centers. Now Epping's going to follow on in. He only needs to score 1.
With that no-tick rule, though, they can't touch those center guards. That's really helping Cooey right now.
This one does wrap in nicely. Epping lies 1-2. There is room for Cooey to come around with that counterclockwise rotation. Right-hander's out turn. Now, Trevor, interesting question. When the new generation has no idea what a regular clock looks like, how's that going to work?
Oh, when we're talking about counterclockwise and clockwise, yeah, I don't know.
Hard past it, and they're going to come right on down to the face of it. Perfect weight and execution there.
Could not have thrown that better.
So now John Epping going to do some cleanup duty. You hear the crowd getting involved here at Swift Current.
I think the next few shots will be pretty routine. Put it right back.
Yep, we're in the shampoo cycle. Lather, rinse, and repeat. Suggestion from the chat there. You throw either the loosey turn or the tighty turn. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Chris DiPiero has all the answers. Epping's answer is to make this guard go away. Throwing the loosey turn. Sorry, that was the tighty turn.
That was the tighty turn.
Oh my goodness. I can't even get that right. The future of the world is doomed.
It's okay. You just need a little practice on it.
So now we're going to try to put that guard up, and important that they're all in the right spot here so there's no angle that can be generated by Epping. Hard early to hold the line.
Got to get it over.
Hard just to get it over the hog line. Oh, this is going to be one expensive round of drinks because there's almost 1,000 people watching. Well, obviously didn't want to do that for sure. So now Epping has a chance to really change the landscape here. Jake Horgan with his first. Oh, just ticked the one on the way by. Does open things up a good deal, though. Leaves them sitting 2-3. One lonely stone there for Kevin Cooey. And got to put the guard back up. So there's a bit of a pocket there you might be able to use later.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty good outcome. That red that squared to the side is not really in the way anymore.
Hear him say 2-3 in the background. It's right there, halfway. Straight peel coming. Nice clean peel there. So now the whole team's going to come together, try to figure out the best strategy to move forward. Trevor, your thoughts?
I think you got to protect your yellow, and at some point, I don't know. You got to get rid of that shot rock and protect the yellow. That's too many things to do, Dave.
But you're Kevin Cooey. You can do anything. So, what if you were to freeze onto Epping's rock now on the other side? Does that do anything for you?
Yeah.
Because then John wouldn't be able to guard everything back.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, freezes are always a last resort, especially if there's no guards in play. But we're kind of to the point where we need last resorts.
Do you play the double takeout on your own in line too? Or
I think this is the freeze call. Freeze on the nose of the yellow.
tough spot here for the veteran skip from Calgary. Gooey with his first.
They're calling 2-3, so this is just a guard.
Okay. Your move, Mr. Epping. Peel. No trepidation there. Seems perfectly sensible to me.
Yeah, that guard is in the perfect spot.
He calls the sweep right out of his hand. Makes that peel no problem. Now Kiwi has to make a play here. Referencing backline-ish weight, maybe.
Yeah, I kind of like that call. It would leave, yellow sitting 1-2, and you just can't leave a a simple hit and stick for the win.
So Kui getting ready to deliver his final stone of the extra end. Needs to be line shot after this.
I'm going to hit this a little high side.
Gonna hit it. Yeah, line shot. Maybe 2. Very close for a second. That will definitely affect the shot choice.
I'm going to say this is red.
If it's red, you only have to pick out the one in the back. You can see it all. Taking a couple of looks at it, they're pretty sure. You wouldn't call this if you weren't. John Epping needs to pick this one out for the win. Final stone of the extra. Back and forth. They got a little piece. That's all you need. Away it goes. And we just had to confirm and look at it. And they're probably going to put a stick to it. So it's a measure for the win. That's the yellow. Now on to the red. And it is red all day. Thank you, John. Final score of 9-8 in favor of John Epping. They'll move on to the A bracket. That's all we have for you right now. For Trevor Gal, James Gordon, I'm Dave Schmel. Thanks for watching. We'll be right back as soon as the ice is ready. You're watching Curling Stadium.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.